Welcome to another episode, everyone. The Southsiders viciously attacked a Mexican blood that had entered the Los Angeles County Jail. This is bold indeed because the Los Angeles County Jail is violent and racially charged, which is why they attacked him. It's bold because he's a blood. He's their people. He's a Hispanic, but he's a blood member. So naturally, the Bloods are going to take umbrage to their people. He's looked at as their people. He's from their gang being attacked, but it's really his people that's attacking him. This is often a tricky situation. Nevertheless, the rules are clear and in place. If he is from your gang and someone else attacks him, regardless of his race, then you must respond. This was what happened in the county jail with Milk 74, a white individual from 74 Hoover, and the whites attacked him. And the Hoovers retaliated. They responded against the whites based on this attack upon Milk. Here, again, 5 Southsiders attacked viciously a Mexican blood that had entered the Los Angeles County Jail. What was the response? Let's find out.
And this right here is just a reference to the part where I mentioned that a lot of Mexican Bloods and Mexican Crips were feeling pressure inside of LA County Jail. This is what I mean by that. You should break it down in a simple equation. Back in 2006, when I was in LA County Jail, politics ran everything. Every race stayed with their own car, and one wrong move could turn a holding tank into pure chaos in seconds. I remember riding with the Southside car. It was me and 5 other Surenos packed into a cold holding tank, waiting to get moved. Everybody was quiet, watching each other, reading body language like predators. In county jail, trust does not exist, not even with your own. Then the doors cracked open. The deputy shoved another inmate inside. A Mexican blood. The second he walked in, the whole atmosphere changed. Just picture a bunch of Sureños just mad dogging you, looking at you up and down, like reading your body language, right? Everything's all quiet. You could feel the...
Okay, so why would the officers put a Mexican blood in a holding tank with 6 other Mexicans? It doesn't sound like there were any blacks there. It doesn't sound like there were any other bloods there. Like they just threw him in a lion's den. Oh, you're a Mexican blood? I'm gonna throw you in here with the Southsiders and see how this plays out. And apparently, as we're about to find out, did not play out well for this individual. That seems like a setup to me to put him in there with nothing but Southsiders. Well, yeah, chances are he's going to be in trouble. This is Hood Culture TV. Shout out to Hood Culture TV.
attention immediately. Here was a Mexican claiming a black gang inside one of the most political jail systems in California, or the whole US to boot. Name one prison industrial complex that's more notorious than LA County Jail. Let me know in the comments.
I mean, there are some that, of course, I obviously, here on the Inside Story with me, Damian Porter. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. I speak about the Los Angeles County Jail often. I was there for many years. It is very vicious. It is very politically charged. It is very racial. It is very separatist. And it's not the place that any human being should want to live any sort of life. Shout out to Aunt Hefe and be strong in there, brother. It's not the place for anyone. And there are more violent places around the world, like Brazil, Mexico. I've seen some of these riots in there with 200 people dying inside of the riot. I mean, this is extremely vicious. You might get one person to die in the LA County Jail or be killed about something, not 200. So, or 100 or 50 or any of that. So there are other places that are more violent, but on a day-to-day basis, these riots kick off in these other places. And when they kick off, they're vicious. But other than that, they're programmed, apparently. There's not a lot of violence until there is. But then in the Los Angeles County Jail, it is constant violence. That's the difference. Every day there's violence.
But back then, that wasn't something people looked at lightly. A Mexican joining a black gang? To a lot of Southsiders during that era especially in that era, early 2000s was no joke. It was seen as betrayal, like somebody turning their back on their own people and joining the enemy. But nobody reacted right away. Instead, the homies played that shit off smooth.
Well, he's one of y'all. He should have known. The homies played it all smooth. Yeah. Don't tell me he allowed them to lull him to sleep, thinking that it was okay, that he was safe inside of there. He should have been on his P's and Q's from the very moment that he stepped inside of that tank. You can't ask to be taken out of the tank. That's like PCing up. You have to just stay there and take your medicine. Nevertheless, you got to put your back against the wall and be prepared. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Everything's okay. We're not going to harm you in here. I don't trust that. I don't believe any of that. Chances are you are about to harm me.
Talk to him calm. They asked him where he was from. It's all that for to relax. We're cool. Even gave him space to sit down and get comfortable. Little by little, his guard dropped, which was obviously the intentions of the homeboys. Get this fool to calm down, drop his guard, shoot him a little sopa. He probably thought everything was cool. Probably thought he was being accepted. But in
Keep your damn sopa. Get the hell away from me.
LA County Jail, silence can be more dangerous than yelling. The second he got comfortable enough, the switch flipped. Everybody rushed that fool. Stomped him out, fists crashing. The whole tank exploded into violence. It was 5 versus 1. He got stomped out before he could even react properly. You don't even know.
Oh, man. Stomped him out. Said they lulled him to sleep, figuratively speaking. Let him put his guard down. Gave him a sopa, a soup. Here, man, have a bite to eat. Just chill. Have a seat. We just up in here chilling. We all people. Even though you went to another gang, to another race, we all people, man. Just chill. And as soon as he sat down and started taking a couple bites of the soup, they got on him. Oh, he said they beat him down, stumped him out 5-on-1. Probably more than that, 6, 7 of them up in there. Yeah, he didn't have a chance. I don't care who you are. In that sort of situation, you let your guard down, you don't have a weapon, you're in big trouble. I'm wondering what happened after that. I don't know if they was in the court tanks or where they were at, but what happened after the fact, they're in the county jail once these individuals attacked the blood member, and it got back to the modules, to the Bloods, that one of their own people had been attacked by the Southsiders. Was there a response? Well, let's see if he's going to say if there was some sort of retaliation. Just wondering.
What hit him? Deputies started screaming and hitting the doors while bodies slammed against the concrete benches. And the message behind it was simple. To those homeboys that were in that cell, in that holding tank, the issue wasn't just gangbanging. It was a belief that another Mexican had crossed racial lines by joining the black gang. Nothing more, nothing less. The moment showed me how deep jail politics really went in those days. I don't know how it is now. On the streets, people could claim whatever hood they want, but once you cross those boundaries inside LA County Jail, politics, whole nother world, whole different animal. In this video, we're going to be talking about Mexicans that join blood gangs. The streets of Los Angeles have always been divided by race, neighborhoods, prison politics, and gang identity. But over the years, those lines started to blur in ways most outsiders never expected. In cities across South Central, Compton, Watts, and Long Beach, Mexican Americans began joining traditional African American gangs, especially Bloods and Crip sets. What once seemed rare slowly became common, especially in 2026. Entire clip.
2026, yeah, it was rare back in the days, of course, for the gangs to cross racial lines. They have been there. There are exceptions. There have been some where individuals, of course, from early on, the 80s, what have you, 70s even, where an Hispanic has claimed a black gang and vice versa. But for the most part, the black gangs were predominantly black, and the Hispanic gangs were predominantly Hispanic. And the Italian mafia was predominantly Italian. That's just the way that it goes. But now it has crossed over racial lines more, and you will find more Mexicans claiming black gangs, more blacks claiming Mexican gangs, etc. Still frowned upon in many sections, though. And you're still putting yourself in danger. You hit the county jail, prison system, what have you.
Inside hoods like the Swans, Ma Piru, and other longtime black neighborhoods started having heavy Mexican membership. And for a lot of people watching from the outside, the question became, how the fuck is this even happening? Back in the day, gang identity in Los Angeles was heavily tied to race and territory. Black gangs stayed mostly black, Sureño gangs stayed mostly Mexican.
Yeah.
But the streets changed, neighborhood demographics changed, families moved, housing projects shifted, and younger generations grew up side by side in the same apartment complexes, same schools, same parks, and same war zones, sharing same enemies. For many Mexican kids growing up in black neighborhoods, joining the Blood or Crip set wasn't about race whatsoever. It was about survival, friendship, and the hood they were raised in. They banged the same blocks, fought the same enemies, and lost homies in the same streets. Over time,
That's the same for anyone. That's the same. That's the same for anyone, any race, any gang. Most individuals join a gang for the camaraderie, for the relationship, and because of the environment that they are in. I don't think that that's exclusive to any race necessarily.
some black gangs became known for accepting anybody loyal enough to ride for the neighborhood cause. In certain areas, Mexican Bloods and Crips stopped being an exception and became a major part of the gang itself. But once jail and prison entered the picture, everything became more complicated. California prison politics historically revolve around racial structures. On the inside, Southsiders operate under Sureño politics, while black inmates run separately. That created tension for Mexican gang members who claimed blood or Crip on the streets, but entered institutions where race often mattered more than neighborhood. During the 1990s and early 2000s, there were multiple stories of Mexican Bloods and Crips feeling pressure inside county jail, especially in Wayside and the Twin Towers. Some stayed loyal to their hood no matter what. Others eventually aligned themselves with Sureño politics. And some completely flipped identities after doing time. Street rumors and prison stories spread about inmates coming home super Sureño'd out after being behind bars.
Super Sureño'd out? What does that mean? What does that look like? Someone please tell me in the comments what super Sureño'd out means. My goodness. Oh man. He said they coming home from the prison system, the county jail, super Sureño'd out. They didn't went inside of the system and got indoctrinated, got turned out fast. They come out turned up, apparently, extra out with the Sureños. Shout out to the Sureños.
Even if they once claimed a black gang on the streets, at the same time, there were also black Southsiders who adapted the opposite way, choosing neighborhood loyalty over racial expectations. And according to people who lived through it, many of those switches came from survival, pressure, and racial tension behind the walls. But despite all the politics, one rule continued to stand above everything else in California's gang culture. Carry yourself like a man, and people respect it. Today, the streets of Los Angeles look different than what they did decades ago. The old racial lines aren't as simple anymore. In some neighborhoods, Mexican Bloods, Crips, now make up a huge portion of the gang itself, proving that street identity in California has evolved far beyond what the older generation ever imagined. And whether people...
Yeah, that's true. Things have changed. Okay, there you have it again. That's Hood Culture TV. Shout out to that individual there. Nice storytelling, my guy. And whew, he didn't get into great detail about the injuries, if you will, of the individual that was attacked there in the holding tanks. But I'm assuming that he suffered some sort of injuries, this blood. And he also didn't say what happened after the fact. If there was anything that happened after the fact, perhaps not, since he did not mention it. I don't know. But that seems pretty vicious. They got him up in there and stumped him out. He said beat him down bad. And this sort of stuff, again, does happen in the county jail, but it's a tricky situation again. People normally hold off on this sort of stuff, on this sort of violence as it relates to someone from another hood, even if it's someone from their own race, because it's going to lead to something else, a riot or a melee or what have you. I don't know what happened there. Hopefully the fella survived the vicious attack. That's what the headline there said. Mexican blood gets viciously attacked by Southsiders in LA County Jail. SS did not spare him. Southsiders, SS did not spare him. That's what it said. So apparently they got on him and whooped him bad. And again, that's how it is in the Los Angeles County Jail. It's very vicious. It's very violent. It's a lot of bloodshed. And it's very political and it's very racially charged. It's been that way for the past few decades, really. If you're going to head there, and you should not, you have to be extremely careful. Stay safe and stay free, people.